An aerial ballet of elegant swoops and turns. A performance by what are in effect time machines, taking us back to 100 years ago. Then, aircraft like these were doing a deadly dance in the skies over the Western Front. Today they're entertaining over southern England. And of course, at the controls are friends, rather than the young enemies who were trying to kill each other a century ago. Just over a decade after the Wright brothers first flew and man was at war in the air, combat began with pilots trying to drop bricks on each other's planes, but soon armed with machine guns. They were dogfighting. In this, the RAF centenary year, it's been a busy summer for the Great War display team, a group of enthusiasts led by former jumbo jet pilot Gordon Brander. He has a healthy respect for the pilots he and his team seek to emulate.
The life expectancy was 1 to 2 weeks. I think the statistics say that 1 in 4 died. So I've got huge admiration for them, and having flown this machine where you can't see very much, how they went into combat and did it, I just don't know.
Having promised not to touch anything, I was lucky enough to climb into a BE-2C, a British reconnaissance aircraft that during the war became known as Fokker fodder. The stability that made it a good platform from which to photograph the battlefield also made it vulnerable. With a fighter plane flying rings round us, it was easy to see why German pilots nicknamed this type of British plane dead meat. Charles Lockwood Turnbull was flying reconnaissance missions aged 19. He would survive the First World War and go on to see service in the Second. These are his OBE and service medals. His granddaughter Anne still wears his tunic, and he remains an immense source of pride.
They were so young and they didn't know what they were getting into.
Did he ever talk about it?
No, he didn't talk about it. I don't think any of them talked about it, really. I think it was too upsetting, perhaps.
100 years ago, the RAF became the world's first independent air force, a standalone pioneering service that helped win one world war, would go on to save this country in a second, and do so much more besides between then and now. John Irvine, News at 10, over southern England.